Hi everyone, today we're going to be learning how to meditate together. So we're going to go through the basics of what you can do to start meditating and some little tips and tricks along the way that will help you get focused and learn the basics of meditation. So first of all, you want to be in a comfortable position. So ideally you want to have your spine straight and it's good to be seated. You can lie down if you want to, but often they'll say not to lie down because people can end up falling asleep. So keeping your spine straight and alert helps you to stay present and awake. It's probably best to sit on a flat surface as well, so you can try sitting on the floor, or if it's more comfortable you can sit on a chair. Now if you're on the floor you probably want cushions to prop yourself up. I have a big cushion behind me which I'm sitting on, but feel free to get as many as you like. You can put them under your knees, put them under your feet. You want to make sure that you're really comfortable so that when we're meditating our focus isn't drawn to this aspect. We don't want to be thinking about how uncomfortable we are or creating any unnecessary tension if we're sat in any tense or awkward positions. So I'm going to put on some music. Feel free to put some on. Pick some that you feel like helps zone you into the right frame of mind to be meditating. Sometimes having prompts like songs that you always use when you meditate can actually help you get into the state of meditation quicker because your mind hears the song and it relates that song to a state of meditation, so it can help you fall back into a state of deep meditation quickly if it's a song that you're used to hearing in this state. So I'm just sitting with my knees crossed, my back straight. If you want to, you can turn your palms up. This can really help you draw in energy. So I'm just taking some really deep, long inhales and exhales to begin with. Taking some deep breaths can help bring us to a focused place, prepare us for the meditation that we're about to do, and just help us settle in. I like to envision these breaths as breaths that clean my energy, so when I breathe in, I'll envision some pure, clear, white air. And when I breathe out, I may envision some grey or brown or dusty air to symbolize to me that I'm releasing any negativity or any tension that I no longer need in my body. These first few breaths are also a good opportunity to release any tension that we're holding on to. During a meditation, we want to try and keep our body as still as possible, but we want it to also be really relaxed. So we want to let go of any tension that we're holding on to. When we're taking these initial breaths in and out, we want to scan through our whole body and just feel any areas of tension and let us release them through those breaths. So just scan through your body and notice where is it that you are tensing or holding tension, and just let that part of your body fully relax. After we've taken some long and deep inhales, we want to try and normalize our breathing again. Now as I breathe normally, I'm drawing my focus onto this breathing. For the next 10 minutes, this pattern of breathing and the way that it feels is what our focus is on. There are so many different techniques to meditation and ways in which we can meditate and harness our focus. But to begin with, this simple technique is what we're going to do. So for the next 10 minutes of meditation, our focus is the breath. All we are trying to think about is breathing and the way in which it feels to breathe. Whether that be the feeling of it coming through your nose, the sound of it leaving, the feeling of your chest expanding. Fully focus all of your attention on what it feels like and what it is to breathe. Imagine, for example, you're going to the gym and you're training your muscles to lift heavier and heavier weights. We are basically training our minds to stay focused on our breath in this present moment. So from time to time, it is going to wander and you are going to start thinking about other things. For example, I might be sitting here focusing on the feeling of my breath going in and out, and I might start thinking about what I'm going to eat next or what I'm going to do tonight. That's okay, that's a very normal thing. that's what our minds currently do all the time. They're always going to the future or back to the past, or over-analyzing situations or things that have happened or things that will happen. The point of this is to train the muscle of our minds to come back to focusing on one thing right here in the present moment. So we're basically training this muscle to stay focused on this one thing that is our breath. And that's why there are so many different techniques to meditation, because you can train that point of focus to be other things. And if this is something that you're starting to learn, or maybe you're just deepening your knowledge in, definitely go and have a look at the different types of techniques of meditation that are out there, because you can try them all and then you'll definitely find one that will resonate with you and help you fall into a really deep state of meditation. But we're essentially just training ourselves to be so focused on the present moment. And whenever our minds wander to the future or the past, that situation isn't real. That's not the situation we're in right now. Right now we are here, present, meditating, and we're focusing on this breath. So this will help us become more focused in our daily lives. It will help us stop anticipating and worrying about the future, or stressing and feeling sad about the past, and just stay focused in the present moment. The biggest lesson that I have learned meditating is that when your mind wanders, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I used to punish myself and get so angry when I found my mind wandering, but the truth is, even when your mind wanders, if you catch it and bring it back to the breath, that's just an example of where you've trained it. Even in situations where you sit down and you meditate and you feel like your mind just is all over the place and keeps wandering and you can't get it to sit and focus, that's probably the best time to be meditating, because you're breaking the pattern of thinking that way. You're obviously in a state where you're overthinking and you'll keep switching back to the past or the future. But in those situations, it's so good that you have sat down and meditated and tried to bring your focus to the present. So it's not bad when your mind wanders. If anything, when the thoughts come up and then you catch them, you can thank yourself for reminding you of that thing, because it's something that you wanted to tell yourself. So thank yourself for the thought and then bring yourself back to the breath. Always bring yourself back. And that's all meditating is. Bringing yourself back to this present moment. Bringing yourself back to the breath. When you find that your mind has wandered and then you catch it, that's waking up. That is waking up from the dream that we live in and awakening to your true self. So in the moments that you do catch yourself wandering, be happy, be excited. You've caught yourself out of the pattern of thinking, out of the pattern that our mind is cycling us through, and you're bringing yourself back to the here and now, which is where true enlightenment lies. So that was my quick tips on how to meditate. Sit comfortably, take in some deep breaths to begin with, play some nice calming music, and if you can, focus on your breathing. And every time your mind wanders, just gently bring it back to the thought of your breath. We're training the muscle of our minds to come back to the present moment. Notice every time your mind wanders, it will go to the future or to the past. You're never here in the present unless you are focusing on that present thing, which in this case, for this meditation, was the breath. So those are my basic tips on how to meditate. This is my first time sharing this kind of thing, so please go easy on me. I honestly just wanted to open up and share this kind of thing because it's really what I feel passionate about, and I hope the more that I share these kind of videos and the more I share what I've learned with the world, hopefully it will help me get better at passing on this message, and other people will also learn from it too. Thank you so much for watching. I actually really appreciate that you took the time to watch this. Good luck with your meditation practice. Let me know in the comments how you went.